Hi everyone, I'm Anthony DiMoro and welcome to another installment of SportsRantz University. Today we're going to be talking about one of my personally favorite topics, which is SEO, otherwise known as search engine optimization. Now, most of you who have been following and reading our posts on SportsRantz University have noticed I've spoken about SEO or mentioned it quite a bit. And also, for those of you who've checked out my company, EliteRankMarketing.com, you're aware that I operate a SEO freelance company. Well, a lot of you may not be aware of what this does and how this can benefit your blog or website. Now, first of all, I heavily structured SportsRantz.com with all of my SEO expertise. For some background on me, you can go to EliteRankMarketing.com and click on the About section and see my over 7 years, close to 10 years of experience in social media and social networking, as well as search engine optimization. I have had the pleasure of working with one of the top firms in the SEO industry for a couple of years, becoming one of their top SEO specialists, managers, and through managing, I have come into contact with some great sites like Overstock.com, Vistaprint. Those sites you are more than likely are going to be aware of. With all of this, it has helped me structure SportsRantz.com into what it is, and that's a truly beneficial blog platform. Now, what SEO is basically a method or a science that is going to help you appear in search engines and help your website, blog, or social media profile show up in keyword-specific searches. Now, what I mean by keyword is, say you're looking for something, and we're going to use Google, Yahoo, and Bing as prime examples here, but I'm going to veer more towards Google. And if you do a search in Google, let's say you're looking for Jorge Posada jerseys. You're going to go in and do a keyword search, and that keyword is Jorge Posada jerseys. And all these websites that are offering, selling, or talking about Jorge Posada jerseys are going to show up in your search results. And you may be wondering, well, how does Jorge Posada jersey searches relate to me? I'm just using it as an example, but I want you to understand the power of SEO. A lot of other websites like Blogspot, Tumblr, these are prime examples of websites that can't be found very easily in the search engines. Why is that? Well, because while they may be performing SEO on their own site, they're not performing it on your blog, or not giving you the tools to properly install SEO techniques on your blog. Now, a lot of companies, everybody from Target to Walmart, all these big chains, they employ, if they have an online store, they employ some level of SEO. Now, the benefit of SportsRantz is we have our in-house company. Right back there, Elite Rank Marketing, which comes with me. So we rank for some great terms. And it's through a combination of link building, social media, traditional marketing methods, and all of these combine into helping people find SportsRantz.com through specific keyword searches. Now, if you go over and look at sports radio shows in Google, you'll see we're in the top spots there. Now, this is an example. So people looking for sports radio shows are going to find SportsRantz Radio fairly easy in the search engines. And this applies to not only Google, but also Yahoo, Bing, and AOL, and other search engines that might be used out there. So, how do we get your blog found on these search engines? Well, it's actually quite a process. But luckily, we give you enough of the startup in SEO to make this beneficial for you. So what we're going to do is going to look at some specific things in Google and Yahoo and Bing, and some tools you can use on SportsRantz.com to help you become at least a little bit familiar with SEO, its benefits, and how to use it using one of our features on your SportsRantz blog. Yes, we do have an infrastructure of SEO that you can apply to your blog. And you might have seen it in your blog post already, but we're going to teach you how to use that. We're going to show you some tips and advice. And if all else fails, you can always hire us at Elite Rank Marketing, and I'll personally be happy to help you out. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so we're starting our search right at Google.com, and we're going to type in a sports-related term. For this example, I'm going to put in sports radio shows. And we're going to see what comes up. So as we do the search, we see that SportsRantz is number 1 for this term. And then we see all these related searches down here. Now, I want everybody to take a look at all these search results. See how they're related to sports? I want to break down what this is. This is your title tag of your website, this main right here. This is called the title of the website. So, if your blog were to show up here, chances are you're going to see your blog title in the title of the search result. Here's the link to the website and a brief description. We're going to get into that a little later on, what exactly that means, but think of these as miniature previews of each website. Generally, if you're in the top 10, which these results are pretty much giving us the top 10, then you're pretty much guaranteed to get some looks on your blog. But if you're buried in, let's go to the 4th page of these search results. Sports Doctor Radio, guarantee you, for over 17 years, he's been doing some great work, but nobody's finding his stuff on there because it's 4 pages deep in the search results. That's not going to guarantee a lot of listens, or a lot of plays, or a lot of views of someone's blog, website, or radio show. So this is why this is important. You find yourself within the top 10 spots, or if not worse, within the top 20, because some people do like to go 2 pages deep in their search results. Now, question is, how the heck do you get this kind of stuff, get this to link and show up for your website? Well, it's not an easy task. Trust me, there's a lot of things a lot of contributing factors that go into search engine optimization and why things rank the way they do. Most people are of the belief of link building, which is true. A lot of people do it the wrong way. A lot of people believe social media is going and making I'll use social media for example. If you've ever gone on Twitter and noticed that some of your Twitter followers are made up names or fake people or people who are not tweeting or following, this is what people are doing to get their product out there. It's a really, really horrible way in marketing or trying to get anybody to your website or to build links, but believe it or not, people do it. Same thing happens out in link building. Now, a lot of people say links can make you rank, and that's true. And what I mean by a link is exactly this. Let me go on over to EliteRankMarketing.com and show you what a link is. You ever read an article and see these underlined little things right here, and when you click on them they lead to a site? That's a link. And when a link goes from one website, say EliteRankMarketing.com, to something like SportsRantz, well then guess what? The search engines see that as power, and they see that as what's called link juice. Now link juice, think of each keyword as being a candidate in running for political office. So let's say my candidate is sports radio shows. The more websites that quote-unquote vote or link to my website using the exact words sports radio shows is going to count as a vote to my website and help me in the grand scheme of things when search engines like Google, Yahoo, or Bing are trying to decide where I rank for sports radio shows. Now, while that sounds simple in theory, it is really intricate. A lot of companies do this the wrong way. And what they're going to do is they're going to just throw a whole bunch of links on a whole bunch of crummy websites that really are either spammed out, are made for AdSense, or complete junk, and call that a link. Well, it's all who is linking to you. I'm going to use this an example again, a politician. If someone is backing him, say from he's a highly esteemed and respected musician and he's really popular and he's saying I'm voting for this person, a lot of chances are if that person is really popular, that band is great and has a ton of fans, the fans are going to look at that politician and be like, oh wow, my favorite band or this band is standing behind him, that's going to mean something to them. Now, on the flip side, let's say somebody like who just got out of prison, has a long criminal record, violent crimes. Let's say they're vouching for your website. They're not going to pass much link juice or much of a vote to your website. So consider crummy sites with minimal power or minimal rankings as one of those criminals with the long rap sheet of violent history vouching for your website. You don't want that. So the question is, how the heck do I get a link from one website to my blog? Well, there's a lot of ways to do it. You can employ an SEO company like Elite Rank Marketing, But unless you have a budget, unless you're selling something, it's probably not advantageous or beneficial for you to do that. Your blog, on the other hand, you're probably not going to have to use internet marketing or SEO beyond what we're offering you at SportsRantz.com and through SportsRantz University, unless you're selling or trying to make or monetize your blog to sell some advertising space. That's the only real logical use you would have out of SEO as a blog owner. So how the heck do you get people linking to your blogs? Well, let's just do a search for sports blogs, which I just did up here. All right, so I'm up here on sports blogs, and as you see, we're here again, but I want to go right over to sportsblogs.org. Here's some way you can get a link. Is you go to sports blogs or any these are called directories. Now, some of these directories are free, some of them are paid, but do your research, look at the blog, and up here I'm using a source called PageRank. Now, what PageRank is basically like an unofficial official rating or grading of a website on a scale of 1 to 10. The lower they are on that scale, probably the least valuable that website is in the eyes of search engines. The higher they are on that scale, the more valuable they are to search engines. So we're going to go back to our analogy about who's backing a politician here. Think about the musician as having a high page rank of like 8 or 9. And think about that guy backing the politician who's got a criminal record, violent history, and really a bad SOB. Think of him having a really low page rank or no page rank at all. Now, if you're wondering where you can get this tool, a great website is called SEO Book. Just Google it, and that's SEO Book. And actually, you can get their toolbar. It's free, and it can help you find out the page rank for a lot of websites, so you can start grading things. And just to run it through, look at Facebook. I mean, they are a page rank 9. ESPN is a page rank 9, I believe, or 8. So this goes to show you the strong websites. So one of the ways to do it is to go, like I said, let's go back to our search for sports blogs. And look at sports blogs, this directory right here. Here's an example. Now, sports blogs has a page rank of 5, so it's decent. It's actually pretty good, and it's going to pass some juice to you. So it might be advantageous for you to post your blog in these directories. Now, people, be careful, because a lot of these directories operate on membership fees. So what that means is they're going to charge you for your directory listing. So if you're going to spend money, you're willing to spend money, just do your research. Something like sports blogs, I mean, let's go, and you can do a search. Do sports blogs directories, or directory. And here you go. Sports blogs in the Yahoo directory, sportsblogsdirectory.com, sportsblogcatalog.com, Technorati. This is definitely some places you can look at here. And let's look at the page rank. Sports blog directory. They got a page rank of about 4. So that might be decent. And they're categorized here. So let's say you have a specific sports blog about boxing. Then you can go to the boxing blog directory and get listed there. Here's another due diligence here. Look at how many people are actually listing on these directories. Let's go to baseball. I have a baseball blog. Now I want to see who's listed here in this directory. Alright, there's a decent amount of people. 15, I think there is. It's not a lot. So not a lot of people are using this website. I want to also show you something that I'm seeing right off the bat right here. If you look on the side, if you see any ads for gaming sites, gambling, anything, sports betting, you might want to steer away from those websites. Sports betting websites are spammed out to the max. In fact, my company, Elite Rank Marketing, we will not take a sports betting website on as a client simply because search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing really hammer these websites because they break a lot of rules. And there are rules in the SEO world, and you can read about them on EliteRankMarketing.com. But I want to tell you, if you see anything that has these little text ads or big banner ads, bet here or place a sports bet, don't associate with that website, because they're not, the juice that they pass to you or the vote that they pass to you isn't going to be very good, and it's going to tie you into their website, which is probably spammed out with a whole bunch of low-tier links. So keep that in mind. Avoid anything with sports betting or gambling. It's not a good thing to associate with. So, alright, we looked at that one. Now we're looking at Sports Blog Catalog. Okay, so they got about 12 baseball inductions here, and wow, online casinos, sports betting, baseball betting. Look at this, guys. Online gambling, sports tickets. That's not so bad, but really, casinos. So obviously, what this tells me as an SEO is this person solely made this directory website to get a whole bunch of people in his directory so he can sell advertising space to casino websites. So look at that. We stay away from that. That's a red flag. Alright, Technorati. I like Technorati a lot. It's fun, it's good, it's powerful. They usually have a ton of people. Let me look at this. They do, we're looking at their blog directory. Look at this. Look at this right here. There's over 471 pages deep. So that's over 4,000, close to 5,000 blogs on their site. So a lot of people use this. And you know what? Do a little background on these directories too, or any site you want to link to. If they have a Twitter feed, look how many people are following them. Now, Twitter numbers can be deceptive. There is tons of spam out there. We get it all the time at SportsRantz. There's a lot of people who make up Twitter accounts to try to get you to follow them, or so they can direct message you with spam, or direct message you to try to hack into your account. So while they have 55,642 followers, that's very, very good. But don't get obsessed with numbers on Twitter. It's great to have a ton of followers, but you have to keep in mind that some of them are going to be these spammy accounts that pop up from time to time. It's like when you're on your blog and you get a comment from somebody you've never heard of before, and they're making a comment telling you to check out their website, or they're barely speaking English. These are the same spammers that create fake Twitter profiles and fake Facebook profiles to hawk their products. So keep that in mind. Now, Technorati's got 55,000. That's a lot of followers. So a lot of people are in tune to what's going on here. So this might be a great place for you to add your blog to. So, and Yahoo, which is an awesome place to list anything. There is actually a great site here. It's very hard to get into. It's called DiMoro. I'm going to show you DiMoro right here. It's an SEO's best friend. It's an open directory project. And this is one of the strongest directories, if not the strongest directory on the web. I mean, look, it's a page rank of 8. Now, with a rule of thumb with DiMoro in all of these directories is they are not going to submit your site overnight. And there's been times where I submitted my website and it didn't take 6 months. It took to a year, even over a year for my website to be listed. Well, guess what? That is common in this world, and you got to be patient. So keep that in mind. That's why be very selective with your directories. If you're going to wait that long to be listed in a directory, make sure it's a good one. So DiMoro is a great. I actually would recommend you start at DiMoro. All right. So we covered directories. Now here's another thing too. As you can go to other sports blogs, and I'm just going to go to sports blogs. Let me just grab the first one here. I'm going to grab sportsblogs.org. And I'm going to go to one of their blogs here. Actually, I'll go to a couple of them. I'm going to click on the first two I see. So I don't know what's going to pop up. It might not give me my example, but I just want to show you an example here. Alright, this is... Alright, let's see here. Let's see if we can find it. Now, this is an SB Nation blog. They're not very conducive to allowing their members and bloggers become bigger than the website, so keep that in mind. Alright, so this won't give me a good example. Well, this is another one. So, trying to find one that isn't related to SB Nation, because it'll probably 9 out of 10 times give me the example I'm looking for here. But as you peruse other blogs, look at the factors I was telling you to look at. Look at the page rank. Look at, their audience. I mean, do your due diligence. I mean, if you want these people speaking or mentioning your blog, make sure they're good voices. Now, one of the places people like to really look at is blog rolls, and I'm trying to bring that up on my computer. Is not. Here we go. Maybe this person will have it. All right, she's got her popular posts up. Here we go. She's got something called Sporty Bloggers. This is called the blog roll. Now, she is linking to a whole bunch of other blogs. Now, this is a link. These are great. You can ask people to add them to your blog roll, but unless you're linking to them, chances are they're not going to link to you. So here's a great practice to do if you want some good links. Ask people to guest post on your blog. Interview other people blogging. I mean, look for really good blogs. And basically what you do is you ask them, hey, do you mind either guest posting on my blog or me doing an interview with you about, a certain sports topic? Then you can get, chances are they're going to link back to you. So that is, in a nutshell, how links work. So as we continue on, we got to decide what type of stuff you should be linking for. What are going to be your keywords? Well, first of all, your name should be a keyword. That should be the first thing you should rank for. I'm going to give you an example. One of our members, Diamond Joe, we set up his SEO on his blog, and one of the things I wanted to do was make sure he ranked for his name, Media Rants. And there you go, Media Rants. There he is right there. Now, trust me, guys, there are people who just assume they have a website that says myblog.com, that when somebody puts in my blog, their blog's going to show up. You have to do your due diligence. So try mentioning your title a few times in your blog post. Try mentioning, saying, hey, thanks, welcome to another blog post on myblog.com, and then link that word. So that way, link the word my blog. So that way, when people start looking in for the word my blog, you're already gonna be structured just to rank for that. Now, if you're wondering what sports terms are kind of or worthwhile to rank for, let's go back to sports blogs. I'm gonna show you guys another thing on here. Now you see this little grayed out result right here. It says about 149 million results. This tells me about 149 pages, websites, or sports entities are competing for this term. That's great, but let me show you something else. If you put in sports jerseys, look at how that drastically changes. So now, there's 85 million of these results, and now all of a sudden there's these ads right up here and on the right side. This is what's called a monetized term. This is a term that people make money off of. So they compete. It's a very competitive ranking, which is why people buy ads where they can't rank. So a lot of these people will not only rank, but they'll pay for the ads to show up here. This means the term is highly competitive. Now, unless you're employing an SEO company, you're probably not going to want to go after the term sports jerseys, because, trust me, you're not going to have the budget to keep up with these guys, and you're not going to have the SEO expertise to do it either. So, stick to terms like your name, like another one. If you have a Yankees blog, New York Yankees blog. Look at this. Alright, so there's a lot of people competing for it, but there's no ads. So this tells me this isn't as highly competitive as sports jerseys. It's still pretty competitive, but this gives you an example of a term to rank for. So keep ranking for it. And remember, guys, there is patience and consistency with everything, and you have to do it with SEO. So, with that being said, let's look at some tools on SportsRantz.com that you can use that can help you structure your SEO. Alright guys, we are into our SportsRantz account on SportsRantz.com, and let's pick one of the blogs here. I'm going to pick SportsRantz University, and I purposely didn't set this up at this point for this very reason. Alright, so we're on our blog. Let's go up on top into our dashboard. And And this will bring us to the back end of our blog. Alright, tools. Right here. You're going to see all the tools that you can use around here. You're probably not going to worry too much about that, but this little button right here, SEO. Click on that, and it'll bring you to the SEO framework of SportsRantz. Alright, so your general settings. You want to use meta tags, so you want to click that. And here you go. Now you want to save your settings, so we're going to use meta tags. Alright, so let's go right to what we're going to need to do here in setting up our site to rank. So let's go right to our titles. And remember what titles were, guys. Let's go back to our search result, and I'm going to show you what a title tag is. This is what it means by titles. This is a title. This is a title. That's what it means by titles. Alright? So that's what it means by titles.
Purchase your tracks today.
Alright, now you're not going to worry too much about the title template unless you really want to get specific, and you can put in my blog. But you're not going to want to do that, so remember that. Remember, just don't mess with title template right here. Meta description template. This is what a meta description is. It's telling the reader. I'll tell you exactly what a meta description is. It's right here. It's the preview of your blog or what that page is specifically about. So SportsRantz University. Let's write it out. SportsRantz University is a collection of resourceful information for bloggers on SportsRantz.com. Topics include SEO, SEM, social media, social networking, and marketing. Alright, your keywords template. Now remember, folks, this is all broken down between homepage, post, which is a blog post, and a page, which is one of your main pages. So you're going to worry about three sections to start off the rip. Alright, so as I talked about, remember what keyword terms you want to rank for. Alright, so you want to rank for your name, so we'll put that right off the rip, SportsRantz University. And then what do I want? I want sports, blogs, blog marketing, and sports. And how about this? Blogging tips, blogging resources, blogging advice, how to make sports, how to make your blog popular. So those are the terms we're going to go for right now. And I've already done research on these terms, so I know what they are. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy. Oops, we didn't want to do that. Alright, so we're going to copy this whole, let me just try to make sure I highlight the whole word here. Copy this whole word right here. Throw it down under the post, under the same meta keywords template. Under page, same meta keywords template. And I don't have to really worry about any of this stuff. Trust me, guys, this is all getting really in-depth, and unless you know your stuff, I'd suggest not messing with it. And then copy your meta description. Awesome. So there we go. And now we're going to save the settings. Alright, so where does this come into effect? It's all going to be outlined to you when you make a post. So I'm going to go to one of my older posts here, and I'll actually go to the Welcome to SportsRantz. And I'll move down accordingly. And look at this. There, right under here where it says WordPress SEO by Yoast. Look at that. Our description is already in there. Awesome, right? Now, don't worry. If you see this blank, it will override what we already set up as your keywords. So if your article is talking about Curtis Granderson and a hitting streak, then maybe you want to change that. Now, since everything's all set, you really don't have to worry about entering anything in the meta description or meta keywords, except if you're doing a specific post. For instance, I just talked about Curtis Granderson. So let's just say I am talking about his hitting streak. SportsRantz University talks about the impressive hitting streak of Curtis Granderson. Alright, so I got my meta description that's specific to the blog post that I'm using. Meta keywords. Curtis Granderson is who I'm talking about, and I'm also talking about his hitting streak. So I'm going to put in Curtis Granderson hitting streak. Alright, once you do that, go all the way down, or actually it's just going to add it for you when you finish your article. This should be the last step in your article. And guys, tie everything together. Use your tags. Add in Curtis Granderson there. This will help you. So you add that, and you post your blog. And what this does is when somebody goes to Curtis Granderson,
Purchase your tracks today.
and they click on news, a lot of the latest articles will pop up through the news. And if you do things consistently and correctly, folks, your blog can show up in these news feeds as well. And let's just, for giggles, let's see, Curtis Granderson hitting streak. Well, they don't really have anything on here, so you would automatically be number one in this news section. We're going to go to everything, actually. So look at this. It's talking about other hit streaks and, Curtis Granderson a little bit, but nothing about Curtis Granderson hitting streak. Alright. So for now, guys, that is how to initially set up your SEO on your blog. So remember to do that. Remember to be consistent. Do your research, guys. Do not, I'm telling you, the easy thing people want to do is go out and get a ton of links. It's not, it's quality over quantity in the SEO world, and you're going to want to remember that rule of thumb as you move forward. Remember, go to SEO Book, download their toolbar. I suggest Firefox as a browser. It's awesome. It's got some great SEO tools for you to use, so you can continue to become more versed with SEO and versed with making your blog successful. We're going to touch on this more and more and get more advanced and deeper into this, but thanks a lot, guys, for joining me on this edition of SportsRantz University.